Good day, Biafrans all over the world. My name is Emeka Emekesiri, and I bring you the message from the desk of the chairman of the movement of Biafrans in Nigeria, Barrister Emeka Emekesiri. Biafra, the original Ipob is not proscribed, wins first battle against the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Considering the confusions that have bedeviled the current Biafra independence struggle, anchored upon the rule and political diplomacy under the authority and leadership of the Supreme Council of Elders of Indigenous People of Biafra, it has become necessary for me to emphasize that the original Ipob, which has been in court with the Nigerian government since 2012, is not proscribed by the federal government of Nigeria. What was proscribed by the federal government of Nigeria is the faction of Ipob, led by Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, who was excommunicated and ostracized by the Supreme Council of Elders of the Indigenous People of Biafra in 2014. Pursuant to the public notice and disclaimer dated 12 May 2014. This is in the public domain and known to the authorities, and I need not say more. We are happy to announce that the Biafrans have won in the first round of the legal battle in the ongoing case in suit number FHC/EN/CS/103/2019 in the Federal High Court of Nigeria, Enugu Judicial Division, in which the original Ipob, known as the customary government of the Indigenous People of Biafra, sued the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Attorney General of the Federation, General Yakubu Gowon, and General Olusegun Obasanjo over the issues of self-determination for Indigenous People of Biafra. The Biafrans applied for injunctions by the way of an order of mandamus in the following terms. 1. An order of mandamus compelling the first and second defendants to refrain from shutting down or downgrading the Akano Ibiam International Airport in Enugu, but rather to commence actions immediately and develop the said airport with all facilities to make it functional as an international airport, built and maintained by the first and second defendants to the required international airport standards. 2. An order of mandamus compelling the first and second defendants to commence actions immediately for the dredging of the River Niger from Lokoja to the sea and to revamp, develop, equip, and maintain all the seaports and river ports in the southeast and south-south regions of Nigeria, to wit: 1. The Azumini Obuaku Blue Seaport, 2. One Seaport, 3. Warri Seaport, 4. Calabar Seaport, 5. Onitsha Inland River Port, 6. Obiaku Ndoki River Port, and 7. Dioguta Inland River Port. 3. An order of injunction compelling the first and second defendants to cancel and withdraw the radio license and close down the radio station they acquired for the Fulani herdsmen for being discriminatory and unlawful against members of the claimants, contrary to Section 42(1)(b) of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 1999. 4. An order of mandamus compelling the first and second defendants to refrain from giving the sum of 100 billion naira or any sum at all to the Fulani herdsmen as they have promised the Fulanis, without granting the same privilege to members of the claimants and other ethnic tradesmen for being discriminatory and an abuse of discriminatory powers of the executive arms of government. 5. An order of injunction restraining the first and second defendants by themselves or their law enforcement agents or proxies from arresting, harassing, intimidating, molesting, or any other way interfering with the claimants and its members as they display their flags, emblems, and trademarks on their products as they do now, whilst remaining loyal and obedient to the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria until the final determination of this case. 6. An order of injunction compelling the first and second defendants to release and unblock the claimants' websites at www.ipobgovernment.org and refrain from further violating the human rights of the claimants and its members until the final determination of this case. We are happy to announce that the defendants have complied with the first prayer without waiting for an embarrassment by an order of mandamus, and have refrained from shutting down or downgrading the Akanu Ibiam International Airport in Enugu, but to commence actions immediately and develop the said airport with all facilities to make it functional as an international airport built and maintained by the Federal Government of Nigeria to the requirements of international standards. In paragraph 9 of the agreement reached in a meeting between the Federal Government of Nigeria and the leaders of the Southeast region, consisting of the Southeast governors, the President General of Ohaneze Igbo, Chief Barrister John Nneawodo, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuko Burutei, represented by Major General Abubakar Meikobi, the GOC of the 82 Division, the Inspector General of Police, the police commissioners in the Southeast, and other Igbo leaders, held at the Enugu State Government House on 31st August 2019. The federal government, as represented by the Minister of Aviation, Senator Hadi Abubakar, agreed to develop and reconstruct the Akanu Ibiam International Airport to meet international standards. The federal government of Nigeria specifically agreed to do the following things in line with our prayer in the originating summons and motion on notice, namely: A. The runway shall be extended. B. Damaged tarmac shall be rebuilt. C. New landing equipment with night landing lights shall be installed. D. Renovation work shall be completed by December 2019. E. The Sam Mbakwe Airport in Owerri will be given a facelift to accommodate flights that will be diverted from Enugu Airport to Owerri Airport during the period of renovation. We consider that our prayer number 1 above has been answered in respect of that particular issue before the court. We shall therefore withdraw the prayer on 2nd October 2019, when the motion shall be moved for the remaining order of mandamus and injunctions against the federal government of Nigeria. We acknowledge that the first and second defendants have done well by refraining from shutting down or downgrading the Akanu Ibiam International Airport, but they have not done enough for the eastern region. The next action, we want the first and second defendants to take it as contained in our prayer number 2 above, namely: an order of mandamus compelling the first and second defendants to commence actions immediately for the dredging of the River Niger from Lokoja to the sea, and to revamp, develop, equip, and maintain all the seaports and river ports in the southeast and south-south regions of Nigeria, to wit: 1. The Azum Mini Obuaku Blue Seaport. 2. One Seaport. 3. Warri Seaport. 4. Calabar Seaport. 5. The Onitsha Inland River Port. C. The Obeakundoki River Port. And 7. The Oguta Inland River Port. The Nigerian government closed down or abandoned all the seaports and river ports in the east to force our businessmen to travel to Lagos to clear their goods and be exposed to multiple dangers and extortions on the road. It is a well-known fact that the majority of businessmen in Nigeria who export or import goods in international trades are from the east. By some insidious discriminatory policies of economic strangulation, the federal government of Nigeria destroyed the economy of the east and made the people to run away from their homeland in search of greener pastures in the west, north, and foreign countries. The federal government knows that as soon as the seaports and river ports in the east are developed and made functional, the economy of the east shall boom with catalytic multiplier effect to every other sector. The original Ipob has a clear roadmap to our self-determination struggle. Our first step is to achieve regional autonomy, where the Biafrans can govern themselves, control their resources, pay an agreed percentage tax to the federal government, to maintain federal institutions and develop at their own pace within Nigeria. This is what we described as the Biafra Project Phase 2. It will not lead to the disintegration of Nigeria, but to the restructuring of Nigeria into self-governing autonomous regions, just like we have 4 countries in the United Kingdom of Great Britain. In future, if any region decides to pull out entirely from Nigeria, it shall be done by a referendum anchored upon the law passed by the regional parliaments in agreement with the federal government. This is the same process being followed by Scotland, which has its own regional parliament, that is the Scottish Parliament, working in agreement with the British Parliament. The Scottish people have conducted referendum several times and failed. The British government is not stopping them from going. If they get a simple majority in their referendum votes, they shall become totally free and independent from the Great Britain. This is how it works by the rule of law and political diplomacy. This is the same roadmap adopted by the original Ipob under the authority of the Supreme Council of Elders of the indigenous people of Biafra, led by His Royal Majesty, His Lordship, the Honorable Justice Eze Ozobo. We are still upholding the original vision despite the confusions caused by the anarchists and propagandists in the Biafran struggle. We call on the people who have been deceived, confused, or misguided by the leaders of the counterfeit Ipobs to return to their roots. It is a common phenomenon in the world that every good thing will always have the counterfeits. It is only a good product that thieves of intellectual property likes to counterfeit. The warning is caveat emptor. Buyer beware. The original Ipob is not proscribed by the federal government of Nigeria. It is the counterfeit that is proscribed. A proscribed organization has no legal capacity to sue. We sued Nigeria because we have the capacity to sue. We have been in court with Nigeria for many years over the Biafra issue. The next hearing date for our case is 2nd October 2019 at the Federal High Court, Enugu. You are all invited to the court. We do not use false propaganda and lies to win followership. The original Ipob works with Ohaneze Igbo and the governors of the Southeast to ensure that we achieve regional autonomy for the Biafrans. We know the way of our freedom. Please come back to your roots, those that have gone astray. You shall be forgiven like the prodigal son in the Bible, who strayed from his father's house but returned when he realized and acknowledged his mistakes. You are requested to visit our customary court website at www.ipobgovernment.org and register your details in the Biafran database. Call us on phone numbers +234 81 81 83 0307 and +234 70 680 311 76 for further information. Emeka Emekesiri, Esquire, Chairman, Ipob Customary Government, the Biafra Project Phase 2. Website www.ipobgovernment.org. Email info@ipobgovernment.org. Thank you and God bless you.